Good morning, everyone. Welcome to my channel. My name is Lynn, and I'm glad you're here. If you're new, just sit down, enjoy yourself. I do a lot of different things. I knit, I crochet, I sew, I garden. I'm a DIYer all the way around, whether it's in my crafting life or my home life. And if you're returning, thank you for coming back. I really appreciate you. You just don't know. I was actually talking with a friend at work. And I told her, I said, she asked me my YouTube channel and I didn't tell her. Because this is my space to where I can speak as frank as I need to and not worry about it. If they see it by chance, that's their fault. I didn't advertise it at work. But anyway, I was telling her that you're my support team. Outside of my family, you are my support team. You're my friends. You're there for me, and I appreciate you. I really, really do. Now, I have some makes, I have some purchases, and I have some talking to do. So, buckle up. I'm filming this late. It's like 9. Oh, actually, nope. It's 10 o'clock. I'm real late. But I've been struggling with a prototype of something, and it's been hanging me up all weekend. First, it was the design phase, and then it was, we'll get into that. Anyway, so I've already had my Mountain Dew. I've already had my tea. Now I'm on to my daily fix of water. I use my well water. I just refreeze it in my bottles. But anyway, grab you something to drink. Grab your project. Hang out with me for a little bit. So, as far as makes, I'm going to go ahead and get those done, and then I'll show y'all what I bought. Now, I told y'all I have the think of your words, Lynn. Think of your words. The dry erase board back there, right? Well, I still have not gone and gotten me. I need to make a note to do that today. Because I work tomorrow and I don't feel like going to Walmart afterwards. And we don't have any more. But for the dry erase markers and the markers and the eraser, I need to get more. Because I noticed that was trying to stain my dry erase board. Because that dry erase board and those pens are ancient. No, ma'am. I told y'all. I don't care whether it's 7 o'clock or 10 o'clock. If I say good morning to start recording, she knows. What? Do you want to come say hey? Do you want to come say hey? Come here. Come here, man. Come here. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Say good morning, everyone. Say good morning. Yes, she has been out. Yes, she went to do the POTTY thing that I'm not going to say because, them ears are so soft. But she just wants attention, I think. But she's square. She's good. Now, let me see if I can give her some attention, and then she'll go lay back down. Isn't that right? Will you go lay back down? Huh? Go lay down. You gonna lay down? Maya. You gonna lay down? Alright. Okay. Anyway, so you made me forget what I was talking about, boo. Okay. Oh, my dry erasers. Okay. You was too rough with me this morning. She wasn't. My back is just killing me because I think it's my bed. But anyway, so since I haven't been able to use that, I've resorted back to my list. And I have had a couple orders, thank y'all, from my website. Actually, I know Brandy got me on my website. Catherine got me on my website. Darlene, you're new. Thank you, my dear. Catherine, I believe, is new. No, Catherine's not new. And I want to say, Carlina, you got me on my website. I'm glad you like those paper towels, sweetheart. And then Beth Ann got hers. So anyway, those of you who are ordering on the site, awesome. Thank you. Mwah. Because I am trying to, what I'm doing for everything that I'm starting, I made the decision Friday that everything that I make, or if y'all send me anything like through Buy Me a Coffee, you know, anything that you help me monetarily wise, I'm going to put all that, whether it's from my products or just because, I'm going to put all that in a separate fund. And I am going to see about building me a little bitty building, because my husband is worried about condensation in a metal building. And my son said he'll build it. I just need to buy the lumber. So I think what I'm going to do is put all of my earnings and any money I get from here, from this whole the website and YouTube and y'all, I think I'm going to put it to the side and try to shoot for getting my building made so that I can have the room that I need. Because as you can see, I brought Sally back out. I brought Sally out because I started pre-making some liners for my bags. And I'm actually trying to teach my daughter-in-law how to sew too. But anyway, I brought Sally back out. I have Bella, and then I have the Beast. So, I definitely have got to have more room. I'm working in an 8x8 little cubby. That's how crunched up I am. And I know people are like, well, that's more room than I have. And I appreciate that. And I do appreciate that I have the room right now. Sit. Lay down. Lay down. Maya. Okay. Sorry about that. I felt like I was having to try to overtalk a toddler. Anyway. So, I do appreciate the room that I do have. No. 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 Go lay down. I might have to put her in her room because, you know, she's been out, so she's fine. She just... I'm trying to get something done, baby. If you want to, you can lay down and you can hang out with me. Okay? Okay? Sit. Don't fuss at me. Lay down. Good girl. Stay. That's my big girl. That's my big girl. Stay. Okay. So, that hand has to stay up in the stop position because I think that might work. Maybe. Anyway. So, while I do appreciate the 8x8 feet that I do have, it's just not conducive to me getting my work done. So, I'm going to do that. It's going to have like a little fundraiser type thing to where everything that I bring in, I'm going to put into that fund. I do have to earmark a little bit more for some fabric and yarn that I plan on purchasing. But yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Anyway, so I have the orders. And then I have y'all who have emailed me and asked for custom orders, which I love. I cannot tell y'all how good that makes me feel that you've seen something that you're like, okay, I don't want to wait for her to put it on the site. I want to reach out and see if she'll make it for me. Including Little Miss Macy's prototype. Now, Macy reached out to me and asked me to make her some bags. Sure, I can do that. And then she threw a twist on me. She's like, have you ever made a baby bag or a diaper bag? And I'm like, no. I've made a tote, which was a drawstring. And she's like, well, I really don't know that I can use a drawstring. Could you make it with handles? And I'm like, That was on my list of things to do, because I wanted to make me a Georgia purse, which is basically like a medium project bag, but with regular handles and not drawstring, so that I could, carry it like a regular purse. And it would be reinforced with extra interfacing. So anyway, I'm still working on Macy's, So that is almost done. And I will show y'all that on the next video, because if I show you now the progress, I don't like showing, especially on a prototype. So anyway, so then Deborah reached back out to me in email once I sent her the octopuses. And sweetheart, I am so glad that you like them. Shush. 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 Oh, what? You got up here without me asking. All right. I will be right back. I'm going to see if I cannot entertain my little pupper for a second. Take her out, whatever she's got to do. Okay, I'm back. Color me surprised. She actually had to go potty. So, I apologized to her. Yeah, I know y'all might be thinking I'm silly for apologizing to a dog, but that's all right. Anyway, I have started writing down the custom orders that I'm receiving on emails. And I got Deborah. Thank you again, my darling. Like I said, Brandy, and I'm still waiting. That's part of the other thing. I'll tell y'all about that in a minute. Brooke, I'm waiting on yours too. I mean, yours are done. Yours is just like Brandy's, but yeah, I'll tell y'all about that in a minute. And then Macy, yours is almost done, my dear. But one of yours is also waiting on something. So, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to show you Brooks. Now, the Teal Galaxy that I showed y'all in, not this last video, but the last haul video from North Columbia at 2 Notch Road, had a Teal Galaxy in it that everybody fell in love with. Well, I say everybody. To me, 3 people reaching out almost instantaneous is a lot of people. So Brandy wanted another full set. She wanted the large, the medium, and the small. Now, you notice these do not have drawstrings yet. And I'm not going to show Macy's and Brooks yet, because Brandy, you've already seen your lovely little treats. So it's okay if I show you. Brooke and Macy, y'all haven't seen yours yet, so I don't want to ruin the surprise. Or by the time you see your stuff on film, it will already be in transit to you. So, but I love this. Now, Brooke was a sweetheart. She said that she trusted me on grabbing the right color accent to go with the Teal Galaxy. And I went back and forth on this. At first, I loved it. As I was making it, I was doubting myself, and I'm like, I don't know. So I put it to the side. I stopped working on it. It was late. It was like 9:30, almost 10 o'clock at night. And y'all, I'm normally in bed by 8:30, 9 o'clock. So I said to myself, sleep on it. So I did. I slept on it. And then the next day I got up. It wasn't even dark. I mean, it wasn't even light out. And I really wanted to see how it looked in the daylight. So I didn't touch it. It still looked like I was going back to loving it again. But I didn't want to put any more stitches in until I knew 100%. So I waited a couple hours, let the sun rise, and looked at it. And I said, yeah, I'm loving it again. And I still love it. So I'm glad I went ahead and did that because I love the results. Now, the drawstrings, we're going to have a little chitty chat on that. Not yet. But when they get here, I will put them in, and I will put them in on Macy and Brooks orders too, because I had to order. It's so cute because I have a collection of drawstring rolls over there, but it's almost now. I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I have 10 different colors over there. But you know what? I keep needing more. So I just ordered 3 more the other day, and I'm still waiting on those to come in. Now, that's it for makes. Well, that's it for makes that I can show you, right? So now I am going to move on to things I got. One little thing I got, well, one thing I have is, it's a freebie from Temu. Yes, I know, there's controversial things with Temu. I play that Fishland game when I'm bored, okay? So, it's a bobbin winder. And I got this because, you know, I don't mind taking the thread off and winding my bobbins. But sometimes it gets to be a little bit of a pain. So, this actually showed up in one of my free offers to earn by playing Fishland. And I was like, okay, what have I got to lose? I'm going to try it. Now, I did buy a ruler from them, which we already know. This one came in. Oh, well, that's hanging over there. Anyway, the ruler did come in unbroken, which I'm so grateful for. But unfortunately, it's not clear. I ordered a clear ruler. It's opaque. But anyway. So, this right here, I gave it a shot. Alright? And here's my little bobbin that I wound on it. Now, the only thing I'm hesitating, I'm going to try it in Bella. On a non-important, non-customer project. Because I worry about the tension as it was wound. And we all know, if you sew, you know that the tension on that bobbin matters. How it's wound, how the tension is when it's wound. So, we're going to see. This little thing takes 2 AA batteries, but I did notice on the back, it does have capability for DC power. So, out of the 10,000 USB cords I have, I want to see if I have one to match. I think it's said in the instructions somewhere that I don't remember where. Nope. Oh. Anyway, total brain lapse. Sorry about that. Anyway, so the instructions I think show. Yeah, here it is. Let me see. I think it says you can get. It tells you for additional power you can do. Okay. It didn't look like a type C, but it says you can plug a USB data cable into the type C socket and then use the DC5V power adapter to power it up. I didn't see a DC5. I guess they're talking about that. It's on the back of there. And I'm trying to go lower because I noticed every time I show y'all something, I tend to go high thinking that, yeah. Struggle is real sometimes. I'm just saying. So, I have high hopes for this. I'm going to put this over here because it stays in the cubby. Y'all see how crowded back here is? This is on a normal day. And normally I have fabric or interfacing and stuff that I'm trying to cut. And yeah, let me tell you, I need my bigger space. I do. Now, that's one thing I got. Which technically, that wasn't a purchase since it was a freebie. But, now I have yarn. Alright. So, we're going to go over some yarn I bought. Look at that. Look at that hot pink delightfulness. This is Big Twist Twinkle. Now, I have never used Twinkle, but I'm willing to give it a shot. This is called Hot Pink, and it is hot. Hot pink. I love it, though. I've never tried, like I said, if you can see the things in that. Surprisingly, you can't feel them that much. I know, I'm late on the Twinkle game, okay? If it wouldn't have been from a little fella in the yarn area stocking this stuff and saying, Miss Lynn, do you want some of this? I'm like, I don't know. I've never tried it because, of all the twisty bits. He said, you know what? This was back before we got liquidated. This was one of the biggest sellers. I said, really? I said, okay, well, there was only these two that he got in that box. So I grabbed them. But this is 371 yards, 6 ounces. It is a number 4. I gave you all the details. I mean, Joanne is still live with our website, so you could still pick up the information on that. But I don't mind sharing. So I do like it. It is the only Twinkle I have, though. So I'm going to have to figure out what to do with it and what to pair with it. All right. I don't want to keep y'all over crazy long. So I'm going to try to be mindful of the time. Try. Then I have a whole bunch of Lily sugar and cream. Alright, so I only got 2 colors. And I got a pack of each color. So 6 of each ball. So this right here, I have been looking for salt and pepper on my cones. And I can't find them anywhere. Anywhere. Alright? I just don't know where they're at. So, I got me... This is all that we got in. So, I got all 6 of them. And then, y'all know me and my creamsicle. Now, I've only been able to find creamsicle at Walmart on the cone. We never carried creamsicle in the... I don't think so. Yeah, because I think I've only ever been able to get it. We might have. I think we did. I don't think it was in the ball. I think it was on the cone, though. I don't remember. It's been a minute. So, I got 6 of creamsicle and 6 of salt and pepper. Now, I like this because I make my own dish rags, and this is perfect for me for my dish rags. I don't like to waste my colors on my dish rag because it just kind of all goes anyway. So I try to find this as cheap as I can and do that. I mean, I've never made anything with it. As far as like, you wouldn't want hot pads with this. I have used it as an accent with black on my hot pads. I would not. I have made, okay, I knit, back when my boys went off to college, I knit them hand towels in this. Not a good idea. Not a good idea. Because, it stains really easy. So, I just use the salt and pepper for that. Now, the creamsicle, I make bags, I knit hand towels. Oh, in fact, that's what I might earmark some of that for. is my hand towels. Because I think I need I don't have a creamsicle in my stash for my kitchen. So, that's all the yarn. Now, I have shown great restraint at work about this yarn. Because I've been buying so much fabric. And we didn't have much yarn, right? Well, we just supposedly got our last truck. Yeah. Did you hear what I just said? We were supposed to, the truck 3 trucks ago was supposed to be the last truck. We had cleared out the warehouse. But me and my coworkers were kind of wondering if, because we're getting some, we got some in this past Friday's truck that we've never had before. Ever. So, we're just all guessing at this point because, for one, Great American is not telling us anything. And 2, what they are telling us is hogwash. It's hogwash. And I feel a little passionately about that because some of y'all warned me not to stay to the end. I'm still glad I am, but there is some frustration there. Because they tell us one thing and then do another. Like they told us a lot of stores would be closing April 29th. And then they closed most of them way before April 29th. I mean, hello? Today is April 29th. It is Tuesday. I'm recording this a couple days early because I have to work tomorrow and I won't be able to record. But, today. Yeah. And we've been without these stores for more than a week now, on most cases. Some of y'all have reached out and said, you know what? They've closed mine like mid-April or toward the first week in April. So, you see what I mean? And people are asking us, and I'm like, look, I don't know what to tell you. You know, they're not being as transparent with us as they should. Yeah. Even with my manager. She's getting frustrated with it too. I can't blame her. Sorry, y'all. I am so thirsty. I should be drinking Hydrate right now because I do feel like I'm getting dehydrated. But anyway, so with saying that, I'm ready to, there's a lot of yarn that came in Friday that I'm looking at. And there's some cloth. There's some fabric. So we'll see what I come up with in the next couple videos. Alright. So Carlina reached out to me. And she asked me, I think it was in the comments. I don't think she emailed me. Sometimes I get these confused. Alright, right now, I see 2 lizards running across my porch rails at each other. Oh, okay. I'm going to insert a clip here. See, I don't just see squirrels in my head. They're literally on my porch. Oh no, I'm scaring him. Hello, little fella. Alright, so let me give y'all some background on that clip. I was sitting here working. And I have some old pecans that I was shelling a while back. And I have them in a bag out on the front porch. A little brown paper bag. And the squirrel got into it. And I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm sorry. I know I'm talking about a squirrel, but right now I'm watching these lizards. They're not going at it. They're not fighting, but they're just doing that slow, creepy crawl toward each other. Anyway, so I looked out the window and I seen this squirrel and I immediately grabbed my phone. I was over here working on my serger and I immediately grabbed my phone, took a video of it, and so I had to show y'all, okay? Because sometimes the squirrels are real. I won't be able to insert the lizards because, you know, hello, I'm recording on my phone. But they're there. They're there. So, Carlina reached out to me and said how much she loved the bags I did for Deborah. Well, Deborah sent me the octopus fabric and that chicken fabric that I showed y'all that I did on those bags for her. So, unfortunately, Carlina, I cannot make you a bag in that fabric. But I did think about you the other day, and I showed you this. Now, this is not everybody's cup of tea. It is bright. It is bold. It is just boom in your face type colors. But it is chickens with sunflowers. And the one thing I like about this is you could go, it's not directional, you know? Because some chickens are like this and some chickens are like that. And that might be what turns you off of that. I don't know. But if you want a bag in this, let me know. Because I'm thinking I might go ahead and put a couple chicken bags up. I'm so sorry. If y'all heard that, I apologize. I don't know why I burped. Because it's just water. But, oops. They call that farm birds. But anyway. So I did have that already. And I didn't know if you had looked back after my comment, because I told you that it was in the last video, the last haul video. So I did go shopping at the competitor because me and my daughter-in-law went over to work Friday when we got that truck in, because my son told his buddy that my daughter-in-law would make him a baby blanket for their new baby. He just volunteered my daughter-in-law to make it. And she's like, okay then. So we finally got answers on what their theme, their color palette in the nursery is. And she had a color in mind. Well, I told her we were getting a showroom. So let's go over to work. We did. I found a couple more patterns that I want to get. If they're there when I go back, I'm going to get them. If not, you know what, it's all right. I wasn't there for me. I did get the interfacing for Macy's baby bag, diaper bag. But, yeah, that was a whole thing. I did not know. I'm used to my interfacing, which isn't cheap. But it is definitely not as expensive as the foam type. Because, you know, Macy, if I've done this wrong, I can remake your bag. But I was assuming you did not want the flexible project bag type, you know, interfacing. That you wanted something with handles. Because with handles, you can't really have that flexibility like you can with drawstring. Or at least I don't think you can. I don't know. I didn't do it. I tried it this way. If you don't like it, I can remake it and I can sell this on my website. So anyway, work didn't have the color that my daughter-in-law was looking for. So I told her we were headed home. Actually, no, we were headed to Walmart in North Augusta. And I said, well, because I'd just gotten on I-20. And I said, well, you know, there's a Hobby Lobby close to work. And bless her heart, I love her to death. But she cannot make a decision to save her neck. So she was, you know, she was wavering. And I'm like, Caitlin, the exit is coming up. If we're going to Hobby Lobby, I need to go. And so the exit starts, right? And I have maybe 50 feet of exit room left. And she's like, I don't know. So I just made an executive decision and took the exit. She's like, thank you, because I couldn't decide. I said, that's fine. It's fine. So we went looking for this. And I told her, I said, well, I want to look at some fabric. Primarily, I was looking to see if they had any flannel. Because we all know that I can get quilting cotton from near about anywhere. Online, Michael's, Hobby Lobby, quilt shops. You know, I'm covered on quilting cotton. All right. So it's apparel that I'm looking for and flannel for the paper towels. So we went through the fabric because you have to pass by the fabric to get to the yarn. So we went by that and I said, okay, let's. Immediately, several things popped in. Now I did see a very small one thing selection of apparel type fabric, some knits and stuff. I think it was like 8 or 10 bolts. So not a huge selection like we have, but that's no more, okay? So I'm not going to keep dwelling on what we have or what we had. I just need to find what I can find now, because I think I have gotten the bug into my daughter-in-law about making clothes too. Anyway, after she saw me, and I have almost completed that dress, the mock-up dress that I couldn't use any muslin for because I didn't have any, so I had to use regular cloth. But that's okay, because I can still wear this as a house dress, or I can wear it around the house when it's done, and it'll be my, my mock-up, so to speak. So I did look. They did have some apparel, and so I went looking for flannel. And y'all, I kid you not, I think they strategically put the apparel and the flannel behind the quilt and cotton, or any of the cotton, to tempt you. Because I did find 2 prints in cotton that I got. Now, I don't even know what to say. I'm just going to show you. How gorgeous is this? Now, I wish I had I weave on my ankle loom, and I wove a pattern very close to this on for my ankle loom straps. But look at that. Is that just not the yummiest thing you've ever seen? Yes, I know it's, and I'm not being cultural appropriation. I am not, if that's how you phrase it. I do have Cherokee Indian in me, so I do make a lot of Native American stuff. In fact, I made several of those straps for a drum bag or drum case for my brother. And unfortunately, the Misi Mices got into them when I put them out in one of my buildings. So, I mean, I live on 45 acres. Of course, there's going to be field mice. But anyway, going back to the fabric. I saw this and fell in love with it. Okay. So, yes, we will be having... Oh, wait. I think the teal on the bottom of these bags are 2 different tone. Yeah. So that's not going to work. But I do think this would look really, really great with a black base, just so that it can let all of this yumminess shine through. And yes, fabric can be just as yummy as yarn. Alright, so Carlina, this is for you, because I told you that I was going to make a bag in this, and I haven't been able to yet because of the fact that I've got these other orders that I'm trying to get made up. But I loved this. Now, I'm not super duper crazy about the white background, and I'm trying to hold it up, trying to make sure I hold it up right. But I love these chickens. Aren't these just the prettiest thing? And okay, so they have the names of them. They have White Frizzle, Silver Sussex, Brown Leghorn, White Sizzle. So okay, so that's the 3. Oh wait, nope. Australope. If I said that right. Did I say that right? Australope? Or Lorp? I don't know. Because that's this one right here. The little black one. But anyway, got egg baskets and little eggs and everything. So I really do like this. Now I could could probably use any color as the secondary color for that one. But I do like how, now, when I did Deborah's, hers was a cream background, so I think that's why the brown works so well. And I gave her a choice of 3 different browns, and she chose that one. And she chose perfectly because I love that chicken bag. I wish I could have kept that chicken bag. So I know what you mean, Carlina, about wanting one just like it. And I will still be on the hunt for some chicken fabric. I'm not going to forget my ladies, because my daughter-in-law is a chicken lady. And I'm going to be a chicken lady, because I do want to get some chickens. I'm not in a hurry right now because I got a lot on my plate. But, yeah, I do want some chickens. Now, don't come at me for this. I might have a couple laying hens, but primarily I want Cornish crosses for meat. Okay? Growing your own food is a good thing. So anyway, and I'm sorry if I hurt people's feelings on that. That's not my intentions. That's why I told you don't come at me. Because you're allowed to feel the way you feel, and I'm allowed to feel the way I feel. I can think that it's okay, and that's perfectly all right. I'm not asking you to. Just don't come at me for the way I feel. Now, I finally made it back to flannel. And they had some cute flannel. Nothing jumped out at me except one. And you'll understand when you see it. Now, is that perfect? Now, I thought I might end up going back and getting some of this. I do wish Hobby Lobby had an order feature to where I could order it online, because I would totally do that. I would love to make myself a quilt with this as the backing. I really would. Because this is my mom all day long. And she's, I got the Cherokee from my mom and my grandpa. But this would be a quilt. And this will be a quilt. Because as soon as I saw it, I thought paper towels. The second thought was the backing of my quilt. So it's going to happen. Count on it. Now, I could use some advice. And y'all are great advice givers. And I do listen to most of the advice that y'all give me. I hear all of it. But I might not act on every single thing. Because you know what? I'm not. I can take advice if it suits what I need. If you give me advice and there's no way in heck that I can use it, I still love you. I still hear it. I just can't take it. I can't act on it. So, would it be easier on the customization for these paper towels? Because 92 prints is a lot to go through. I know that. But I wanted to get it all up and let y'all have a choice. Should I color coordinate it to like blues or grays or, mixed print or farm animals or, I don't know. Give me some feedback on this. Tell me, would it make it easier if I put it into smaller chunks for y'all? You would have different listings and different product listings that you might have to order from, but it would still be the same setup, same pricing structure, same everything. It's just it would take 92 because I have more to add. I have more to add. I've shown y'all most of what I had, and I didn't add it to the website yet because I'm scared. I think there's 100 threshold. But not only that, it's just so much to look through at any given time. So, would that be better for y'all? Do me a favor. Look at my website on your computer and look at it on your mobile if you have both capabilities. And you tell me, would it be better for either one or both? Because I really could use some I could use some advice on that one. Now, we're going to go back to the hold up. So, I ordered these things off of Amazon. Alright. Now, I used my son's Amazon Prime. Yes, horrible me, right? I use his Amazon for the Prime. I think I might need to wash this puppy. That red's getting a little dingy, but that's alright. Only thing it is just smearing from the black. But, because I didn't set my color on this. But anyway, so I'm thinking, I ordered it Friday, and it said it would be here Sunday. I'm thinking, perfect. That way, Monday morning on my way to work, I can get all of these orders out. That's 3 orders. That's Brandy, Brooke, and Macy. Well, no, it was 2 orders, because Macy, your bag had not been, it was still in thought processes on Friday. So, I thought, okay, I can get Brooke and Brandy's out to them at least. Well, Sunday came and went. Nobody ever came back here. And I'm thinking, okay. Alright. Monday morning, I'm in my car about to leave. Well, actually, to be honest, I was driving down my driveway. And I open up my Amazon, and it says delivered the 27th, on or at my front door or porch. And I'm like, no. Because y'all, let me tell you, your girl was outside all day Sunday. I got the grass mowed. First, I planted all my beans so that I could get those taken care of. Because I had to replant them. Some bugs kept eating the tops out of my beans. So, I ended up planting 3 beds worth of green beans. Can you tell we like green beans? I didn't get my cucumbers planted, but that's okay. Like I was telling my husband and my son, they pop up in a couple days. I'm not worried about those. But after I did that, I wanted to get the grass mowed. See, while I was planting my beans and all, it was real still early in the morning, and dew was all on the ground, so I needed to wait for the sun to burn off that. So I got the grass mowed, and then I was like, you know what? All of those bolts y'all saw me bringing in, yeah. I don't need that. It works better for me to have them folded in the space confines that I have right now. So I took everything off the bolt, got everything organized. So then I had all these bolts left over. And there was a lot of bolts. Normally I would take the sticker off of them and let them be in the compost pile to decompose. But that was a lot of bolts. I don't mind doing that with a bolt every now and again, or cardboard every now and again. But that cardboard on those bolts was a lot. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to burn it. And since me and my family haven't done a burn barrel in probably well, honestly, I think it might be close to a year and a half. We did one at New Year's, but I don't think it was this past New Year's. I think it was the New Year's before. But anyway, so when my sons redid my ramp going down off my porch for me, I put all the old timber to the side so that I could either burn it or, let it decompose or whatnot. Well, being treated lumber, it didn't decompose mostly. There was a couple boards that was rotted and they were breaking down. But so I spent all day outside planting my beans, getting my greenhouse under control, because first I had to weed it. You wouldn't have thought you had to weed a greenhouse, but you do. Got the grass mowed, got all of the wood burnt that I needed to burn, got my bolts, my cardboard bolts burnt. So this was like 4:30, 5 o'clock, you know, and I'm reaching the end of my rope. I'm tired. My husband's telling me my chest and all is red. But to be fair now, while I was burning in because I have a barrel that I got from back when I was in the automotive industry, but I have a barrel that I burn everything in. And I was sitting under my carport for 90% of the time that I was doing the burn barrel, just so I could watch it and everything. And no one came up to deliver any packages and left them nowhere near my front door nor my porch. And I kept looking back behind me because I had my aftershocks on, listening to the radio, and I kept thinking I was hearing something. So I kept looking back to the driveway, and nobody was coming. So Monday morning, I'm on my way to work. It's 4:45 in the morning. It's 4:45. And I'm like, oh no, they did not. They did not deliver the stuff. I couldn't go ask my neighbors at 4:45 in the morning. So I sent my son a picture of the Amazon screen and asked him if him and his brother could check the mail before they left for work. So, I mean, because they passed right by my mailbox. I'm like, just check it. And, of course, apparently he didn't get the text until they were way down the interstate. And it's like, that's fine. I'll see if your dad can go down there and check it and, check with the neighbors and everything. Nobody has found my packages. So when I got off work yesterday, I called the post office and I complained, and I started a tracking situation. An investigation is what they call it. I've had to do that for several of y'all's packages because of outgoing mail. Because they seem to get stuck in Atlanta. Now, if I send it from Batesburg, which goes to the Columbia hub up in Columbia, South Carolina, it's fine. I've not had any instances with those. But if it's not going up the East Coast, I don't want it to go to Columbia and then back to Atlanta. So if it's going west, I try to take it to Augusta or my local one here in Aiken, depending on when I have to ship it out. But if I'm going over to work, I just pop it over in a post office over in Augusta. But Atlanta messes it up every time. So this is not my first call to the USPS. In fact, he asked me my name, and I gave him my first name. And he said, what's your email? And I gave him my email, and he says, oh, hey, Miss Rushton. He said, hey, Lynn Rushton. He said, Miss Rushton, what seems to be the problem? So I gave him the tracking number and everything. So apparently, this is a call center. So he had to see something on his computer screen. And he was really sweet, and I wasn't mad at him. I was hot. I was angry, and I was mad. But I wasn't angry at him. It's not this call representative's fault, He's not in charge of what that carrier decided to do Sunday. So I'm not taking my anger out on him. And I wish some of my customers that was in my store yesterday would take note of that. Because they were rude and they were mean. And I even had someone yelling in my face because I wouldn't change a price. Y'all, we can't do that. We can't change these prices. Before we could add a discount, or we can take some off, or, if you had something, or if there was a price, if something was in the wrong place, and it was a lot of it, and it was a signage error, or some error on our part, we could alter the price. That is no more. The minute Joanne sold us to Great American, all of that got off the table. And I said that a little strong, and I was very nice to this lady that was yelling at me. And finally I just said, ma'am, do you want me to get my manager? And she said, yes, I do. So I gave her my manager. She was rude to my manager. Now, it wasn't my general manager, my store manager, but it was the manager on duty. And the manager on duty, she handled it with more grace than I probably could have. Because this woman was really loud and really obnoxious to her. I thought she was yelling at me. She did yell at me. She didn't get any louder with the manager on duty. You're the manager? Yes, honey, she's in her 30s. Well, maybe late 20s, early 30s. I don't know. I don't know how old this girl is, but this woman is. But she's on the younger side. But she's so relaxed and so methodical. And you can hear my tone has changed. This is the way she was talking to this lady. And this lady was flying off the handle. You don't have to be rude to me. And I'm like, oh, lady, I know her. I know her well enough. She's not being rude. She's being very composed with you. So, I was not going to pass that kind of attitude on to an unsuspecting call representative for the USPS that I called and got. And he started the internal investigation and everything. So he took all of my information, and he said, within 2 or 3 days, my local office will call me. This was yesterday at about 4 or 5 o'clock-ish. 8:30 this morning, my phone rings. It's my local post office. She is sweet as she can be. And I'm just as nice back to her because it's not her fault. She wasn't the carrier. And in fact, she confirmed that I was right in my attitude at the end of the conversation. And I will be quick because we're getting a little long, but that's okay. I have to remember that I did take a minute or two to take the doggy out. But anyway, she said, you know, I'm sorry about this. Let me get on this. I will give you a call back this afternoon. Either I will have your packages in hand, or I will go get them myself. If I'm going to call the carrier as soon as I get off the phone with you, because she could see exactly who delivered it. And she said, I'm going to call the carrier and find out where your packages are. So she's either going to go, or she said they are either going to go get them, or, and I only say she because my husband has put a thought in my head. Because we had one that come back here and said, y'all are too far to bring this back to your house. We can only go a half a mile from the mailbox. And y'all are like 4 miles. And he said, how do you get 4 miles? She said, it's 4 right here on my odometer. My husband said, honey, that's 4/10 of a mile. So we're not even, according to her thing, a half a mile back. We are literally a half a mile, but we'll take 4/10 in this instance. She's like, oh. So my husband thinks it might have been her and just didn't want to deliver it way back here. I don't know, y'all. We'll see. But Michelle told me from a local office that, you know, if she doesn't get the carrier to go get it, she will go get it. So I was right in my approach with her and keeping the attitude out of my tone because it wasn't her fault. And I was having a good morning. Y'all know me in the mornings. I'm all happy-go-lucky most of the time. So we will see. We will see. I'm waiting on 3 different colors. I'm waiting on the teal, which I bought. I don't know if you can see it. I bought the one right beside the purple to the back. It's called Lake Blue. And I thought it was going to be the perfect match, but it has a little bit too much blue, not enough green. So I reordered another one of color that I think is going to be the perfect shade of teal. And then on Brooke's bag, I have 2 blues over there. I have a royal and a sky. But I needed more of a dark navy-ish blue for Brooke's bag. I had the perfect purple for her bag. So I'm excited to show you Brooke. But, and then I needed more black because I don't know if you can see it. My black is like dwindling. So I have 3 rolls of drawstring rope coming that have been delayed. So hopefully when you see this in 2 days' time on Thursday, hopefully I will have it. I hope to have it this afternoon. If worse comes to worse, tomorrow, and I'll just drive the stuff to Aiken or to Batesburg Oh, speaking of which, I need to get Macy's address and Brooke's address. I know Brandy's. So I can find out. But either which way, I will get. I'm hoping that I can get possession of these drawstrings today. If not today, when I get off work tomorrow, I hope they'll be here. So, barring that, I mean, yes, I was angry, and I couldn't stop myself. I knew I couldn't change it, but I've been dealing with other stuff, and I was very quick to anger. Let's just say it at that. And, I know I shouldn't have, and it did not do anything for my headache, let me tell you. But as soon as I got off the phone with Raymond, I had taken action. I was still upset, but I wasn't angry anymore. I was like, okay, it's done. So hopefully, cross your fingers for me. I have my legs crossed. I know you can't see that, but so I can't cross my fingers. Cross your fingers for me that works. And I got some more stuff that I need to do in here today, so I'm going to get off here. But if you've made it this long, thank you. Just thank you. And don't forget, give me your opinion on the situation for the paper towels, whether I should separate them into smaller chunks. I don't know exactly how I would separate them. It's just I was thinking about going by colors to begin with, and it can be an evolving thing, because some colors I'm going to run out of, some prints I'm going to run out of, and some prints I'm going to get in new. So it's always going to be evolving, but I want to make things the way I can for y'all. So with that, I'm off of here. Hopefully I'll have some more makes and some more goodies to show you next by Monday. Oh, I did get some stuff at work. I'll have to show you that in the next video. I did get some stuff for me and my grandson. I'm tickled for that. So I'll show you all that next time. But for now, do something that brings you joy today. I don't care whether it's talking to somebody, hanging out with somebody, being by yourself, knitting, crocheting, sewing, whatever can bring you some joy today. Do that. Grab a hold of it and don't let go. I will see y'all next time. Bye-bye.